Hey Sagittarius, it's Empress Rose here, and we're going to do your reading. These are general readings, so take what applies, leave what doesn't, as with all of your experiences in life. Also, check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for any other information. One of those might vibe better with you on any different week. Also, these cards are all pre-shuffled and prepared and prayed over. I just like to do it off camera because it's long, boring, and kind of a little private for me. So, all right, we're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck, and we're going to see what messages we have for Sagittarius this week. All right, what's the most useful thing? Good message for Sagittarius. Wow, they just came right out. Tiny triumphs. We're having this one a lot lately. It's kind of a theme, and red garden. So tiny triumphs is this thing that's been small and quiet. So this could be a person, this could be part of yourself, this could be your intuition. I've been reading this as intuition. So what we have is we have a role reversal. So and so the mouse, who's normally scared and worried and hiding in the field from the bird, is now big and bold and sort of in charge. And so the way this card's been reading to me lately, and I'm getting the same right now, is your intuition and something that's been scared and quiet and small inside you. That thing is being called out to be big and large and to take charge and to put this intellect and intelligence is very important. Intellect is hugely important, but it's saying that needs to take a back seat right now. And this is a message across the board that almost all of you guys are getting is intuition is big and bold right now. Intellect needs to be small. Your to-do list, not your to-do list, well, your to-do list, but your pro-con list also, great exercise, excellent to do, but in the end, tuition's got to have her say. So this is bold. There's a trickster energy afoot here. This can be in the home, in where you're living, in some sort of relationships. But it's got this this trickster vibe to it. So now's the time to speak to authority. This is the court jester that gets to speak to what's normally the authority and gets to say whatever the fuck they want to say, because the roles have been reversed a little bit. So there's a role reversal here. The small thing, the small quiet voice inside you triumphs, gets loud, gets to go big. Gets to be in charge for a while. And this vibe is all over the place in these tarot readings right now. It's pretty remarkable, actually. The intuition is big, going with the intuition, letting the intellect and the reasoning, trying to figure things out, all of that, letting that take a back seat and let your intuition blossom and move forward and move you forward. And being able to speak truth to power in a way that's not going to get you in trouble right now. There's sort of a role reversal going on here, and I'm just really reading that as a universal sort of intuitive thing that's just happening right now. Is intuition's having to move up, is seeing its opportunity and getting bold. And our to-do list and a pro-con list and all of that needs to take a little bit of a back seat here. And, you know, is it just for a period of time, or is it this whole new era we're entering where these, our intuition's just always going to be more important, where before we needed to really, you know, you got to think things through. One of my favorite things to do is to make a pro-con list and then chuck it and go with my intuition. But it helps me think things through and helps me get in touch with your intuition. So that's a little bit of the vibe here. It's like this quiet thing that usually doesn't even make it on the list, on the pro-con list. That's the big thing that's taking over right now in a really big, loud way. I mean, this is a loud outfit. It's a funny outfit. You get to, the court jester gets to talk shit to the king and no one else can. So there's a little bit of something like that going on here. And then we have the red garden. So we have again a bird, a small bird. This bird is very small, again, compared to these flowers and compared to this garden. And we have sort of our mind here is being big and bold and broadcasting, but we also have this secret flower that we've grown that is only for the more curious bee to get up in there. But we have this bigger thing. But this talks about looking to the past with rose-colored glasses a little bit. So maybe you're looking back at this tiny triumphs, at this time where your intuition was loud and big, and these the look how similar these are in just composition. So we have these birds right here, and they're both looking that way, and then we have this intuition and this memory and this flower looking this way. So there's some sort of vibe here of things, some things looking back and some things looking forward. Messages and ideas are looking towards the future, and we're looking, I mean, just even the way they're standing and their sizes, everything is really similar here. So there's something about looking to the past with rose-colored glasses, having the future, going into the future, but something's a little, something's really different than what it usually is here. Okay, we're gonna see if we can get more clarity on the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. We're gonna move forward with, let's see, making sure I have my deck in the right orientation. I don't usually take reversals. I have a reversal position, so whatever card ends up in that position is taken as a reversal, but otherwise I don't take reversals with this deck. All right, these have already been prepared and shuffled and all of that. For our dear Sagittarius, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. In the past, you've had this Fool energy. I'm seeing the similar Harlequin here. You were able to play the Fool. So this is the Fool energy. You're being called forward. You've had some inspiration to go on a journey, to go somewhere, to do something new and exciting. You understand that you are not fully prepared, but you're going anyway. You're ready to go. You're being called out of this graveyard, out of this past, out of some dead ideas into some new ideas. It's a transformative power. This Fool card is lovely. It's how you want to begin a journey, and some understanding that there are some dangers, some understanding that you may not be fully prepared. You get that. You who can't see that your suitcase isn't perfectly packed, but you're ready to go. You're ready to leap forward and take that leap of faith. So in the past, you've had this calling forward into a leap of faith, into playing the Fool, and in playing the Fool. It's a real beautiful energy. It's not cynical. It's a hopeful, excited energy. It's what life's made out of. And it's not a cynical energy. So you were called forward onto a journey, and leaving your cynicism and leaving the past behind and moving forward in a sort of excited way. A little nervously, but still doing it. So in the present moment, you're having this Knight of Wands energy. You are ready to charge forward. Your spirit animal here is just move. I want to go. I want to move forward with this. This is so exciting. You were called forward onto a new journey, and you really want to go. You're rearing up, ready to go, feeling very inspired. There's something pushing you forward pretty fast here. You may not be looking where you're going, maybe, but there's just a passionate leaping forward into the future. In your inner landscape, though, what the hell? All right, we're just rolling with this here. We've got this Three of Swords. You're deeply wounded. You've been deeply wounded, and maybe this is why you're so ready to move forward, because this energy sucks. You've been stabbed in the back. You were at a party with your family and friends, and suddenly someone pulls out a knife or a gun. You know, those stories you read on the news of everyone's just having a good time. Suddenly, there's a minor disagreement. Suddenly half the people at the party are shot. So that's a little bit what went on here. Inside, in your inner landscape, you are in deep grief, and here you are looking to this past. This this happened, something happened in the past that deeply wounded you, some sort of betrayal. You were very hurt. Submitting to this, the only choice was to submit to the pain, was to allow this pain. So you're, inside of you, you are very deeply, I don't want to say mortally because you're not dead, but you're mortally wounded. You have very deep wounds going on. No wonder you want to move forward and you're ready to charge forward and move forward, because this is just awful. You feel like shit. You're very heavy-hearted. You don't even want to fight anymore. You hate this. You hate this so much. And it's very, you feel very defeated, very hurt, very wounded. Fuck, that sucks. I'm sorry. This is like the worst feeling. That's not showing up. You're really private about that. No one would know. No one would know that that was what's going on. The issue that's holding this thing back is this, is some impatience. Okay, so this impatience is causing, you're having this internal grief situation, but there's this invitation to move forward, there's an excitement to move forward, and this Six of Pentacles is usually our patience card, but this is the position in which we take it in the reversal. So we're talking impatience. We're talking wanting to move forward, but you still have this wound. It's a private wound. You haven't dealt with it at all. This person is still sitting on you. It's still hurting you. So I don't know what you're moving forward for, because this, and you're so impatient to move on. You just want to get out of this place where you feel hurt and you feel wounded. And you just want to move forward and you want to get out of it and make it stop. And maybe this, maybe going on someplace or doing something is going to make this hurt stop. And so this is impatience. You're not being impatient. You're not waiting for the time to pass that needs to pass to heal your wounds. You're not waiting for that. You don't want to wait for that, but that's creating an issue. That's almost making your inner landscape worse, is this impatience that you're experiencing. All right, and then I'm going to put my microphone on. And so you're going to turn it down now. But yeah, so you're going to turn your thing down. Sorry, the production here is a little amateurish. No, we've got some good production ideas. We just don't always execute them, and we don't always look at our checklist when we go through to set up sitting down and doing this. So, all right, moving forward, you've got this impatience, you've got this pain. Maybe you're looking back to the past, and it doesn't have to be this painful. And part of you wants to rush forward and move on to the next thing and just not deal with this deep internal wound. But this is saying that this is actually going to be causing a problem for you, causing some issues. In your environment, I can see why you want to move on. In your environment, you've got this 10 of Cups. You've got this beautiful emotional completion, this fulfillment here. You've got everything. Your heart is just aglow. Your intuition is aglow. You've got this lush, serene landscape going on around you. You have everything you need. There's this loving village here. And maybe this loving village is going to be, if it truly is a loving village, it's going to be able to help you heal this internal wound. Your to-do list is the Magician. So you are being called to manifest things. You are being called on this as the Fool, as the Knight of Wands, to move forward, to manifest. You need to look deeply, though. You need to look deeply into who you are, into where this is going. I mean, we've got palm reading, we've got crystal balls, we've got these candles here, we've got the bones we're going to read. You need to, this is less magician vibe here and more seer vibe. So you need to be looking internally to see where you need to go, getting in touch with your intuition. And this is going to manifest things and help you manifest things. You have everything you need to manifest things. This inner landscape thing, though, I don't know what, maybe this is a wound that's just not going to ever completely heal. I mean, and the best healing you can expect from it is just to have it take a back seat and have it not, because there's everything else is moving you forward. You want to go, and this is saying manifest, bring these things to fruition. There is this deep wound here. Normally I think you need to be working on healing it, but there's nothing here that's saying like you have to stop right now. There is an impatience. So maybe this is manifesting with more patience. You need to be a little slower. This is about intuition. This is definitely about getting in touch with your intuition for sure. I mean, we've got the seer vibe here. We've got the crystal ball. We've got the palm. This is definitely like getting in touch with other sources of information that aren't necessarily evident in the physical world. And that's what I'm seeing here too, is this intuitive thing is growing bigger. So this is grow your intuition. You have this idea, you want to move forward, you're a little impatient about it. It looks like it's everything you're ever going to want, everything coming true, but you've got this internal pain, and this is make sure that this transformation and this journey has some depth to it and has some intuition to it. And this is getting in touch with your intuition, getting in touch with your magic manifestation. So I am seeing this inspired beginning, a lot of enthusiasm moving forward, a lot of what you want is here. And this is saying to do that, to manifest this thing. This Knight of Swords is a possible outcome. This is an ability to really handle truth and communication very clearly and very well. Holding your tongue, a lot of self-control, a lot of clarity, a lot of understanding. You're swallowing your sword here. This you're very good with. You're becoming where you're going. One of the possible outcomes, and this can be a person too, is someone who is very good with their words, very good with their thoughts, very clear, a very clear thinker. So this Knight of Wands is this inspiration, it's this leaping forward inspiration. So the Knights are really good at like one thing. And in your present situation, we have this really good inspired thing. You're very in touch with your inspiration. You're very in touch with your intuition. This is saying to get wisely in touch with your intuition. And this is saying a possible outcome is not only are you going to be good with your intuition and very inspired here, but you're also going to be very clear, and you're going to have a lot of clear communication, and you're going to have a lot of clear thoughts, and you're going to be a knight of clarity, a knight of communication, a knight of intellect. So bring your intellect into this. And this Three of Swords, it's not really, honestly, I've never pulled clarification on one of these general readings before, but I'm going to do it with this Three of Swords because I am just confused as fuck about what this is doing in your internal. So you're getting this Two of Wands, so it's a very volatile situation. There's been war here. Is this an internal war? We have these two. What's funny is I was talking about that party, those parties that you hear about where it's a bunch of friends and family and someone pulls out a gun, starts shooting people because you know, they got in an argument about the red-green show or something, you know? And so something really stupid is what I mean. And so, but I was like, oh, but it's nice. Here we have the guns. Guns came out. This was an incredibly volatile situation. You're very wounded by it still. Here we have this Ten of Swords. So this is a card of transformation, transforming how you're seeing something and how you're viewing something. This is the end of a very painful cycle. So inside you're dealing with something that was extremely volatile, extremely dangerous. This could be thoughts that you have, feelings that you have, dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety. This is all very internally done. So did you betray yourself? Did you, have you caused a lot of volatility within some harm here? There's some harming here. And this Ten of Swords is really, I mean, it's swords still. This is just stabbed in the back more and more and more and more and more. Just umpteen times, 10 times. In the Rider-Waite deck, I find it a little clearer than this one, but for that. You've been stabbed in the back 10 times. This is maximum amount of pain has been reached, but that means that maximum amount of pain has been reached. That means that the pain has to lessen from here. So this is transforming this pain. This is a graveyard to pain. The pain is over. The pain has ended. You can see clearly now. You can see better. So this Three of Swords that's internal, it really was something that was very volatile, very dangerous. You're hurting from it still, but you're at the maximum amount of hurt from this. And maybe this whole process is going to bring some healing to whatever you've kept so deep inside of you, that hurt and that pain that you've kept inside, which might have actually caused more hurt and pain by not being able to talk about it. So maybe this whole thing that you're manifesting, this whole new journey, this whole new trip, and this whole joy in leaping forward and changing the narrative. I mean, this is about changing your mind. This is about changing how you view something. And so maybe this is about changing how you view something that happened in the past. This one definitely is about looking in the past. And so maybe you're growing from that and changing how you see it, changing your narrative around it. And that's somehow all part of this leaping forward in this new energy and this manifestation that's going to bring you, you're going to be really, really smart about it and really clear about it. It's going to bring you a lot of clarity. So anyway, Sagittarius, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and commenting on my little itty bitty baby channel. I really love it. It's very thrilling, actually. So I really appreciate it. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week and good luck with these new endeavors.